Okay, so just coming on here to give an update on the tropics. It's been a couple weeks. Um, Nothing imminent right this very second, but they are getting a little bit more active, especially in the Eastern Atlantic, like I knew they would. It's getting to be that time. It's August, almost halfway through August here, unfortunately, 2025. So let's get right to it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. I want to thank everybody for showing up on the last live for the true crime. Got a couple other things I'm going to be doing soon too. I really want to get my other channel going, DJR Dave. So I'll give some updates on that fairly shortly. I know I'm going to be coming out with my football predictions pretty soon. But anyways, right now we'll get to the tropics. So we'll bring up some maps here. Like I said, there's nothing imminent right this very second, but things are getting a little bit more steamy here. So let's first thing I'll do is what am I doing? Let's check the temperatures over there in the Atlantic. So let's get a second here. Actually, let's go back to this for a second here. So this is, since we're doing weather-related shit here, we might as well touch a little bit on what's going on in the country right now. We're getting extreme heat the next couple of days here in New England. Well, not extreme heat, but high heat for us up here in August. So let's see what's going on here in central Oklahoma here. Nothing too imminent. Severe thunderstorm watches in here. Dodge City's got a flash flood warning. This is coming out of the Dodge City, Kansas office here. Let's check out some radar here. Yeah, you're going to get some pretty good bangers here, just pushing kind of east towards Wichita. Nothing terrible yet here. Just, anytime you see any of these clusters here, heavy rainfall, depending on how wet it's been here the last couple of weeks, you might get some flooding, especially flash flooding. But anyways, let's get to a couple of, what I want to do first is I want to go here. So right now, this is what it looks like in the central Atlantic, Eastern Atlantic here. And it's been quiet. I mean, it's been a quiet couple of years here in the Atlantic. Everything that's either come and gone over the last couple of years has kind of been centrally located here in the I'd say the Western Caribbean here in the Gulf, right? But like I said, it is middle of August here, and this is when things start to get a little bit more associated here with the intertropical conversion zone here. You get these waves that come off the African coast here. and we're going to check out the sea surface temperatures here fairly shortly. But normally this time of year in this parallel here, the water temperatures are usually high or above normal, somewhere around there, 85, 86 degrees. So, this is what these, areas of issues that come off the African coast there. They get into these warmer waters here, and they have a better chance of kind of igniting with those higher temperatures and creating some issues. So, but let's check that out here. This is a system too that's going to be nothing. It's just kind of following. We've had a couple of systems here that have kind of tried to develop, but once they get into this parallel here, so say 25 north, um, they encounter like really frigid waters. So this is not going to be much of anything. It's just going to kind of, if anything, it's going to be kind of like an extra tropical system here moving up into the northern Atlantic. So we're not going to worry too much about that. This is the system here that we're going to kind of worry about here, but I want to check out some sea surface temperatures here. Because this is the real indicator. Over the past couple of months here, in my opinion, it's been fairly cool in the Eastern Atlantic as far as water temperatures. Plus, we've had a ton of that Saharan dust kicking things up. We've had some serious westerly winds that have been prohibiting anything from going on. The westerlies are pretty typical. Usually the Eastern Atlantic doesn't get going until around this time. But let's check out some water temperatures here, and you see now, earlier. I don't know if you guys were with me the last tropical update. These waters here were right around 26 in this area here. So it's been fairly cool here, but you can see now that it's a different time zone here. This is starting to get, you got 28 here, which is like 83, 80, 45 degrees here. Of course, the Gulf of whatever you want to call it, the Gulf here is lukewarm, right? Just way above average here. But right in here, you're starting to get a lot warmer here. And we're going to go into the anomaly loop here fairly soon. So, but right in the zone here, if you get something that wants to get going here, this is going to be a pretty good area to do it, right in this parallel here, 10 north right here. But even in here still, it's fairly cool here in this other system that's going to get up into these technically frigid waters compared to down here is going to just fall apart. So let's go to I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to give an update on this stuff here, but so let's do an anomaly loop here, and you'll see it's still, right here, right in this zone here. It's kind of freezing here as far as temperatures here, but the Cape Verde Islands are in here. If it follows this parallel here and gets out into, the open Atlantic here, it is definitely warm enough for some type of system to, get into warmer waters here. You're one above here. How long is this loop? This is not telling me. Valid until 7:38. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7. This was valid up until the 7. So I'm sure they're a little bit warmer now. So they probably are going to update this shortly here. But anyways, yeah. So if we're gonna see something kind of get into this area here, it's going to have a much better chance. But this whole area here has been cooler than normal this year for some reason. I don't know why. but this can change really quickly here. But even out in here, it's still warm enough. Anything above 79, 78 is going to be good enough to get something going here. But I'm assuming these water temperatures, and we've had nothing to come across the Atlantic here to kind of cool these waters down at all. So, um, but we'll see. So what I want to do now, let's go to a couple of satellite images here. I'll do the whole Atlantic here first. We'll do the loop here, infrared. And this is basically a snapshot of this side of the planet, right? You got America here, West Coast, East Coast, Florida, Caribbean islands here, Caribbean, however you want to say it. This is Caribbean here, the Gulf here. This is that other system that's kind of, you know, not doing much. But you see this stuff here. Anytime you see these clusters come off the coast here, this time of the year, you're going to have to at least monitor this, because we don't have, basically out in this part of the Atlantic, we just have buoys and observations from space. We can't really fly anything out here yet. So this is all just kind of, I don't want to say a guessing game, but when you see clusters like this from the infrared with some sort of, thunderstorm activity, this is something to worry about, because it looks like these westerlies here, and I'll go to the water vapor fairly shortly. It looks like we got another system coming off the into the Pacific here too soon. But this was an extremely hotbed of activity last year here, but it seems like right now it's kind of over in the Bay of Campeche here's kind of settled down a little bit. So, but right now this is the this is the interest area here, right in this zone here, a little south of the Cape Verde Islands here. So it's coming off at a good parallel here. This is just this will, once it gets into this area here, it's going to just die. But this system here, it does have some potential. We got another one coming off the coast here pretty shortly. So, I mean, this time of the year, this can become like a conveyor belt of activity. And it looks like, let's go to the water vapor here. I like the water vapor because it gives me an idea of what the hell's going on in the atmosphere. So you still have, some of this, whether this is Saharan dust or not, it looks like this is drier, cooler air here. Um, um, this is a high dome of high pressure here. Again, just it's been such a great summer here. It just has. If you like warm, hot, it's been awesome. It's just been absolutely wonderful. And it's because of these high pressure systems that just keep circulating all this warm air. It's just, and it's been pretty dry. I mean, if there's high pressure above us, there's not going to be any rain. It's just going to go up and over it. So, we'll take it. We'll take it all year long if we can get it. I'm not going to complain. But around here, people do complain about the hot weather, if you can believe it. It's crazy. Um, all right, so this is the water vapor here, and you see this system here. There's nothing going on here. There's a low pressure here that's swirling. You get high pressure here, and here's your, this is basically the staple of the Atlantic this time of the year is the Bermuda high, or the constant high pressure in the Atlantic. So this is what's going to dictate what happens here with this stuff here. Wherever this is, that's where this is going to go. So it looks like this is not going to follow its buddy here up to the north. It's going to kind of stay on this kind of parallel here until it gets to this. But this looks like this, whatever this is going to lift a little bit here in the next few days, I think. So this has potential. This has, it's still way out here. It's not even defined circulation right now, but you can see the clustering here. You can maybe see a little bit of banding down here. And like I said, once it gets moves, drifts kind of over into this warmer area here, that's when you can see, you might see this thing really start to, you know, get a little bit more of a circulation to it here. But this, once you get past, um, let's hold on a second. Let me zoom in a little bit here to the Atlantic. Let's do this for, I can't get it visible yet. So then what we did is we just walked down a little bit, shorten this up to the basically just the tropical Atlantic here, instead of the whole face of the globe here. So this is the area right in here. I think they're looking at right, and you can kind of see. I mean, there's definitely no circulation yet, but you can kind of see some sort of, especially in this right here, some sort of a, a turn. It's not just a wave, right? It looks like it's kind of trying to flare up here. You got maybe some thunderhead starting to float here. Um, and I could see that on the sorry, my computer's loading. See this still image here. Let me put the let me do 12 hours here, see if it changes a little bit. Uh, We're only as good as the internet. That's it. My daughter's probably still up on the computer, so that's probably why it's slower here. So let me put the latitude and longitude line here. Let me see if I get a larger. Right. So right in this, parallel there, right in this, I'd say from here where my cursor is, maybe down to this parallel here, maybe even a little bit more south than this, is basically what they call the intertropical conversion zone. And this goes all the way, you have your convergence of warmer, cooler air here, and just a conversion zone of all different types of shit here. So, in the summer months here, especially late summer months, August here, you're gonna get these clusters of what they call waves that come off the African coast here. And depending on where, the high pressure sets up here, it's going to kind of twist these into what they consider to be like a depression or some sort of a wave with circulation to it. So this right in this parallel here is what you want to watch. There's let me go to, I mean, there's no real thunderstorm activity around here right now, but like I said, that can change. It looks to me like it's starting maybe to get some sort of an outflow here. Um, but let me go to, let's do an upper visual here. So I just went uh, up in the atmosphere here, another level here to the water vapor, but you can see, um, here's your high pressure here. Um, Low pressure swirl here. I believe this was remnants of something earlier during the week. Um, maybe able to zoom in here. Oops, sorry. Let me get. So right in kind of in here somewhere, you're gonna see, and I zoomed in on this to show, but it looks like there's a little bit of an outflow here, um, drawing into this to any type of center here. You'll see that when I go back to the movement. But watch these clouds here, and you'll see them kind of pulling in this way here. So let's see that right there. And I got this on, was a 12-hour, yeah, 12-hour loop. So let's see if they'll let me with my internet here go 24. Let's see right in here. See this, like it's almost pulling. So anyways, I mean it's a long way away from any type of land fall here. It's a good 8, 7, 9 days here, and to any type of landfall. But it looks like and we'll get a forecast here in a second. But it looks like from this imagery here, it looks like the Lesser Antilles here are going to be, or the Leeward Islands. I think these are the Leeward Islands here. It's going to be a little bit north of that, but we'll see. From this snapshot anyways. But let's get a forecast and then I'll get the hell out of here. But hold on a second. Let me go down. Um, like I said, I'll keep an eye on this for sure. Absolutely beautiful out right now. I don't even have a jacket on, but kind of looks like wings here. Wings, butterfly maybe. Um, so let's. I just went to 12 hours here. Um, yeah, it's got, this is probably gonna lift a little bit here, and this might just be Saharan. This looks like it's more of like almost like a foggish type. I don't think that this is, this here is definitely cooler water here, but this here is, may just be some of the dust from, but this looks, I mean, this almost looks like outflow here. Um, but anyways, I go to a forecast here. Let me get out of this here. They're still calling for an above average season. So I think we're past Dexter, right? Um, so we're at E. Um, all right, so let's see if I can get. I mean, there's no need to do a forecast in the country here because we don't even know if it's gonna be anywhere near us. So I'm just gonna do a forecast of where some of these fictitious computer models are saying this is gonna. So we'll try the GFS first. Here we go. So we'll do a 7-day. Um, hold on 1 second. Let me loop this and show this. All right, so this is a 7-day loop of the GFS model. Um, and you can definitely see that this is I'm gonna put this on a rock here. So here's our system right here. Right. So this is 13, 13, 12. So right around the 11th, which is today, tomorrow, it's going to jog to the north, take almost like an elevator ride up here to a little bit 18 north here, um, and then really barrel ass. And I think these circles, I can't be certain, but I'm pretty sure these circles means a center. So, um, so you got the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and this, I don't know what this means. This might be tropical storm status here, and this might be hurricane status here. So what I'm watching is this stuff up here too, and all of these other different systems that are kind of where they're going, and that's going to tell me where these steering currents are going to go here. So um, you get something riding above this here, and that's telling me that this high pressure system's in here because nothing's in here in this area here. Um, and it's telling me if there's nothing in this area here, that's where the high pressure is. So because you have all these other ones, this one here, that's kind of not, there's nothing in here. So if the high pressure is here, that means this one can't go this way, and it's past going this way. So it's going to take its least oppressive path, right? So um if you have your high pressure here, it's basically got only one or two ways it can go. It can go, west, or it can just dart out this way, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Uh, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. But it does look like at the end here, it's going to kind of take more of a northerly, like kind of like a northwesterly track here when it gets to the 28th here, parallel here. See this little jog there to the north. So it might kind of do something like this here and then back out to sea. So we'll see. CC. All right, so let's see if we can get another one here. Let's do the ensembles here. So this is a couple of different, and none of this is written in stone yet because there's no center of circulation. So this could change quite a bit over the next 24 to 48 hours. So I mean, basically what they do now is they try to take buoy readings and any type of shipping that's going on through that area there, and they're trying to kind of get some computer models in that to kind of see where the guidance is going to go. They're taking, um, so let's do the GFS 7-day here, and I'll put this on rock so we don't. So this is a whole bunch of different computer models in on this now. So I believe that this solid line here is their consensus, right? Um, And I think this is telling me that once it gets to, um, say 40 west, you're going to start seeing some sort of center circulation. And then um, the consensus has it going along this parallel, then taking an elevator ride up here to almost 28th parallel here. And you have a couple of these systems that want a couple of these that want to take it uh, once it gets to 60 west due north, right? That would be perfect. Then it would just kind of get away from us. But the consensus is that it's going to kind of, and this is 813 2 days, 814 3 days, 815 4 days, 5 7. So right in by the 18th, everything is kind of in this between 60 west and 70 west here. Um, and it could very well do this, quick right, at the 30 parallel here, but 30 grid here. But I think the consensus is if this high pressure system stays in this area here, it's not going to be able to do this here. But um, but after that, it doesn't look like anything's really coming off the coastline here. This may be actually two systems here in one. You may have one develop here and then one develop after it here. Yeah, this might be actually two systems here. Yep, there's another one right there. So there's one here and then there's one behind it too. That's probably why this one's curving more to the north here. So there might be two for the price of one here. This looks like a low pressure system here that's going to hit the Canadian Maritimes here too. Yeah, that's two systems right there. This looks pretty interesting here too in the Gulf. Watch this here. Watch this here, right? In 13, 14. Looks like there's something that's trying to form here in the southwestern Gulf. Anyways, that's the tropics, right? That's what we're doing. We're gonna, I don't know. I got Heather's GoFundMe scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. So Heather's not feeling all that great. So we have a they were supposed to be doing another benefit, but I had to work last night. So I mean I was checking when I could in to see if they were live. But anyways, that'll be enough for me. I'm gonna play an outro and get out of here. But I'll keep an eye on this for sure. I'll probably try to come on tomorrow morning again. But like I said, this system is not imminent by any stretch of the imagination. It's got at least 10 days before it hits anything near us. So, but I'll keep an eye on it. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe. It's good to see everybody. Thank you all for all your support. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys later. Let me play this outro here and I'll get the hell out of here, right? See you guys.